If you have anyone on staff that asks questions or you're implementing FedNow and you have staff asking questions, what's this? And you know they've asked that for the 5th time. When do these things settle? How do they settle? What reports are available? It's essentials or this course is right for you. And again, this is shareable. As an association, one of our benefits is to get you trained, to provide the training for you. We're not a for-profit university. We're a nonprofit trade association. So if one of your staff registers for this program, just tell us who else you want to be in the program. Hey, thanks for joining me. We are looking at NEACH programs. Now, I said that was new for 2025. We have new programs. I wanted to give you sort of how could the programs work for me, what's in them. Each of the programs is at least 5 courses, could be more. The minimum was 5, and that lots of them have 5, but there could be more. So take a look. It's at least a 20% discount over regular list price for the individual courses. So immediately there, your savings. Some of the courses have more than 5, so it could be even more of a savings. And again, as a NEACH member, this is shareable among team members. And I caution you on shareable because sometimes people say there's no value in free. It's only going to be valuable if you take this with a buddy, take this with a coworker, ask questions of each other of the session. That's the only way it's going to be valuable. You can go through any session. I've recently spoken with someone who thinks online learning is... So I disagree. I think there's value in these sessions. I know there's value in these sessions. So take it with a buddy, have a plan. If we look at the different programs, and you'll be able to look at a program, a whole catalog very soon, maybe even as you're listening to this. Let me go through by school. So the most programs are in the School of Daily Operations. Daily operations is everything from checks to wires to ACH to faster payments, all the daily operation stuff around that. So as an ACH association, we started off as an ACH association. We're now a payments association, but we're going to have ACH Essentials. ACH Essentials is going to talk about the building blocks of the ACH. So we have warranties. The warranties are what you rely on to send a payment and know it's going to get paid at the other end, to be able to rely on a received payment and say, oh, the financial institution that sent that warrants that it's a valuable item, is a settlement for a debt, is authorized, all of those things. So those are the basics. We have origination. We have a little information about unauthorized returns and stop payments. And finally, one of the key areas is understanding authorizations. What does an authorization look like? All in the program. We have check essentials. So check essentials is for those check folks. I used to be a check folk. I took the test. I passed the test. I realized how hard they are, and I did not renew my accreditation. Sorry. Hope that doesn't disappoint anyone. But we have all the building blocks of check in there. Again, the warranties, returns and adjustments, understanding RDC, stop payments on checks, and funds availability and holds. So that's all the building block. If you have a new staff person who's responsible for these things, this is a very good program to start them out with. Next, we jump up to ACH Intermediate. And these are after you're sure of the essentials, whether that's through your career or through a course or a program. These talk about onboarding originators. What's your role as an ODFI? What is your role as an RDFI? And funds availability, understanding when can you make those funds available. There's a little bit on returns and NOCs in there as well. And finally, so one of the challenges we had in the past, pre-NEACH was folks would take our courses and there wouldn't be anything for them. There would be, they could take, ACH origination again and try to glean a few things, or they could take returns again to brush up on the returns, but there was nothing really focused on them. We now have the advanced ACH problem solving. This is not your basics. This is not a rerun of any of the essential courses that you need to get to that level. These are, you're going to hate this part, but these are ACH file formats. Sometimes you have to know the file formats. If you are sitting there, someone sends you a new file, they're a new customer, a new member, sends you the file and it rejects. You have no one to look for help. You're going to need to know a little bit of ACH file formats. It's just a little. It also has the fraud classifier. Are you familiar with the fraud classifier, the Federal Reserve? How does it work? How could you use it? Has that information. We're going to have new case studies. And I can tell you, it's a new class this year. It's going to be ACH, advanced ACH case studies. And I can tell you this year, it's going to be new. Next year, it's going to be all new again. So you'll get to play with these case studies this year in this program, or you could buy that individually as well. Everything's available individually as well. Third parties. How many times do you have to explain third parties to someone? We're going to have a course on third parties, and we have a brand new evolved course. So if you've been around for a while, you know that we have some fraud investigation training. So this time we've taken that idea and we've applied it to payments, and we're doing payment dispute investigation 101. Introduction to disputes. You can compare what you're doing against what the industry suggests you do. That is the School of Daily Operations. The next cornerstone of programs is on compliance. So we had two programs in compliance, an essentials and an intermediate. The essentials is going to go over the compliance considerations for, and again, you can take these individual if you don't want to take the program, but there's compliance considerations for ACH, check, EFT and Reg E, instant payments, wires, and then this one is the one I demanded be in this program. It is creating a culture of compliance. You know, you can go through and do the checkbox thing and say, I did the compliance, we're all compliant. Understanding and embracing a culture of compliance is the difference between this being work and this being something you're really good at. Because, and I know you could probably be both, but if you embrace compliance as something you know financial institutions do well, and you embrace it, it's the difference between, oh no, we got to do this again, and we get to do this again. We know we're doing the right thing. Let's get it. Let's knock this out and get to the next thing. So creating a culture of compliance is a core of a couple of our schools. So I hope you enjoy it. Feedback always welcome. And then we have the intermediate. And for intermediate, we threw in BSA, AML, and CFT, UCC 4A, talking about OFAC compliance. What about your ACH audit? What about SARS? All of that is going to be in the intermediate compliance program. And I do encourage you to take the basics if you're not familiar with compliance in all of the payment channels. And we really do have all the payment channels here. ACH, check, EFT, instant payments, and wire. I guess we don't have cash. So we have all the electronic payment channels. All right, let's jump over to risk. So risk, we have 3 programs. We're going to have one essentials, one intermediate, and we do have an advanced one in this school. Payments, and they're named pretty commonsensically. Payment risk essentials, payment risk intermediate, and payment risk advanced. And again, you're going to be introduced to risk and the idea of risk management for ODFIs, for RDFIs, for creating a culture of risk management. Again, that culture where we as payment professionals really should embrace that we are awesome at compliance and we are awesome at risk management, and embrace it. We want to be good at it. It's not a chore. It's not a regulatory requirement. It is something we're excellent at, and we can benefit from that as well. It talks a little bit about the essentials one, talks a little bit about the FFIEC guidance, good review for that. And then it goes over the payment system overall. That session is new again this year. It's going to talk about regulation, payment channels, how laws differ between different parts of the landscape. We then have the ACH risk intermediate. And I don't know if you notice, I am excited about all of these. All of these took our thoughts and iterations to come up with a final program. And I think we're proud of these. I think you'll benefit from them if you're looking for a program, if you're looking for a group of courses together that will take you to the next level. The intermediate talks about data security, RDC risk assessment, risk management on checks, risk management on instant payments, brand new topic, right? Because they're new. And have we addressed our requirement around instant payments yet? Or have we just turned on the systems and see what happens? And finally, wire transfer risk management. And the advanced course. So the advanced, again, really is advanced. It's not, do not take the advanced course if you don't think you're prepared for the advanced course, because it will be off to the races. We probably won't go backwards. But the risk management on this includes indicating of new account fraud, the new NEACH risk management framework in depth, third-party risk management, ACH corporate credit push payments, and UCC4A. If you were unaware that's related to faster payments, again, sorry, I don't mean to discourage you, but you may want to start at an earlier program. And preparing, in this case, risk management, preparing for the risk assessment. All good courses. And finally, in our new combined school, we have, this is the combined school of payments management, payment strategy, and modernization. We have 2 essential courses and then an advanced course. So there's no intermediate here. For the management essentials, really core, if you are new to the position, a management position, or you're recently promoted, this one is a great reminder or review. It includes talking to the board or senior management. What's your role in policy management? What are the numbers? You know, if you've ever seen a Shark Tank, you know, one of their first questions is, well, what are your numbers? You got to know the numbers. Do you know the numbers? Do you know where to get the numbers? This program or this course is great for knowing where to get the electronic payment numbers. What about product management? You are now probably could be ahead of a product, right? Whether that's instant payment, ACH, treasury. This course will go review the basics of product management and payments. And finally, we revisit that, what makes up today's payment landscape. That's for the essentials of management essentials. The instant payment essentials, there's such a buzz about instant payments. Are you familiar with all the pieces of that? We actually have a ton for instant payments. And actually, as I look at it, this is the place where all of those courses are. So I'll start with the easy ones. We have a part 1 and 2 for understanding the FedNow rules and understanding the RTP rules. So that's 4 classes, part 1, part 2, part 1, part 2. Same day ACH, how to. That is considered a faster payment by us. It is a faster payment. It could be the same day, pretty fast. We also have compare and contrast. So if you are a FedNow participant or you're an RTP participant or you're neither and you're trying to figure out which one is best for you, this is going to be the differences between FedNow and RTP. And there are differences. And finally, this is like a big bonus pack. We have the Faster Payments Playbook. This is a multi-part presentation, again, giving you the foundation in faster payments. So if you have anyone on staff that asks questions or you're implementing FedNow and you have staff asking questions, what's this? And you know they've asked that for the 5th time. When do these things settle? How do they settle? What reports are available? It's essentials or this course is right for you. And again, this is shareable. As an association, one of our benefits is to get you trained, to provide the training for you. We're not a for-profit university. We're a nonprofit trade association. So if one of your staff registers for this program, just tell us who else you want to be in the program. It's going to be up to you to make sure they participate because, that whole no value in free, there's value here. We don't mean them to be free, but we do want to give you the benefit. and they aren't free. You do have to pay for the first one. And finally, we have the advanced trends and payments. This is, again, that individual that has been attending our sessions forever, and you don't want to take the introduction to ACH origination again. Not that there's anything wrong with that course, but you've taken it and you've taken it again. These are intended to be new topics. I can't guarantee that these will be the topics that are here next year, but these are the topics for this year. And again, there's a big benefit here. There is more than 5 courses. So immediately you're getting a discount. If you're going to take any 3 of them, you're probably better off taking all of them. But we have exploring FinTechs in their role in the banking industry. Interesting. I imagine if you're at the level where that course is boring for you, you are at the level where you may be managing or interacting with the FinTechs and implementing a solution. It's a good course for you. Exploring money transmitting businesses. They are in the industry. You could call them third parties. You could call them money transmitting businesses. They have their whole own ecosystem and laws and rules. I'm going to explore that. Introduction to banking as a service. You probably heard that in the news, talking about introduction to banking as a service. We're going to get into that and train you, talk about it, have maybe guest speakers, because this is at the course where it's not A equals A, B equals B. This is where we talk about these topics. Artificial intelligence. So these 2 are mine. I have been introduced to artificial intelligence recently and went, elbow deep in it. And it's fascinating. It is changing so fast. If you have been around long enough, the only thing I can equate this to, about 10 years ago, there was bill payment. Bill payment was the rage. And you couldn't tell quarter to quarter who was the new bill payment service and who had merged. It was just changing so fast. AI is changing so fast. ChatGPT only got released in 2023. Doesn't it seem like it's been longer? So we're going to go over the basics of AI, and then we're going to do some little deep dive into it. I'm not scheduled yet, but I'm hoping to have a fraud and a person that talks about fraud navigation and looking at transactions and seeing from those transactions what you can divine. And I'm hoping to have a generative AI person saying, how can I get assistance in my job? Because I can tell you in the near future, AI is not replacing you. No one's going to say, we've turned on the AI. It's been nice working with you. Have a nice day. Not going to happen. Right now, these tools helping. And I'm part of the story of that class is to teach you, don't be afraid. Embrace it a little bit. You're going to need this for some career development. Then we're going to have a course on digital currencies. Going to introduce them. I think that topic is changing a lot lately. I don't know what the new administration is going to do with digital currencies, but we'll have things to talk about, whether it's you're thinking of banking digital currencies or safekeeping. We're going to talk about that. And finally, sort of a capstone, what's next in payments. So those are the programs. They're consumable. They're not everything. I think for the people in your staff or on your staff, there is a program here for them, whether they're at the beginning of their career or whether they're advanced, whether they're intermediate, there's a program here for you. Regardless, every one of those courses is available individually. If you don't want to take a program, fine, that's great. The program's going to be available. The course is going to be available for you. The course is going to be shareable for members. You have to be a member to have that sharing option. Non-members do not get that sharing option. We're excited. I hope you've listened to this. I hope you found it informative. If you have any questions, we're always available to help.